Being an entrepreneur, there's advice that everyone hears, e.g., work hard, believe in yourself, never give up. But let's be honest, while those are important, they don't exactly give you an edge against your competition. Today, I'm going beyond the usual tips to share some out-of-the-box lessons that every entrepreneur needs to learn. These are lessons that I wish I knew when I started, and trust me, they will change how you run your business and how successful you become, and also how quickly you become successful. So get ready, because these lessons aren't just practical, they're game-changing. Lesson 1, the profit-first strategy. First up is the profit-first strategy, and it's one of the best ways to stay financially healthy as a business owner. Here's how it works. Instead of spending what's left over after expenses, you allocate money into separate bank accounts for profit, taxes, operating expenses, and more. This way, you're paying yourself first, and you're never blindsided by a huge tax bill at the end of the year. Think of it this way. If you only see what's in your operating expenses account, you'll naturally spend less. It forces you to prioritize profitability and avoid the dreaded paycheck to paycheck cycle, even in your own business. As an entrepreneur, one of the first things I learned was to pay myself first. If you're putting in all the work, it's really important you reward yourself. And I don't mean you got to pay yourself $10,000 a month. Even paying yourself $100 a week is at least putting that reward in the bank for you. Now, it's always important you pay yourself. It doesn't make any sense not to. But the other lesson that I learned that was really powerful for me from a tax perspective is from the Profit First book. And that is that I actually set up a second bank account. So I have my operating account and I have a tax account. And every week I have a percentage of my cash flow transferred into my tax account. And it's there so that when my tax bills come in, I actually have money put aside. And I'm not seeing that money as part of my operating expenses on a week-to-week basis. And that means that I'm not hit by bills that I can't pay. And I know when I first started out in business, I made this mistake. I had all my money in one account, so I would spend it, and then bills would come in and I'd start to panic. So it was a very powerful step for me just to separate it out into two accounts. Now, you can use multiple accounts depending on your business and what your structure is. But for me, even just adding that one extra account to break off my tax money has made a massive difference to my success over time, my peace of mind, and I don't get as stressed when all the bills come in because I've got money put aside. So lesson 2, build your network before you need it. Most entrepreneurs start networking when they're desperate for sales, for partnerships, for investors, whatever it happens to be. Here's a better approach. Build your network before you actually need to tap into it. Go to industry events, connect on LinkedIn, build relationships purely to help others. And this is really key, to help others. When the time comes that you need to ask for help, you won't be the only person who shows up when you need something. Your network will want to support you because you've been adding value to them all the time. I learned very on in my business career building a search engine marketing company that the best thing I could do is go out to local business networks and connect with people in my community. Now, it might seem that the best way to build an SEO company is online, but it's not. It is far more effective to go out and build those friendships and connections and talk to people and answer their questions about digital marketing so that when they do need your service, you're the first one they think of. And it made me a very successful business that has thrived for many years. So don't just assume you're going to get all your sales online. Get out there and build those personal connections and then build your online connections at the same time. Use YouTube to connect with people. Use Facebook groups. Use LinkedIn groups. Develop your LinkedIn profile. Go to conferences. Connect with people all over the world. One of the best things you can do is go to a conference every month if you can, because the connections you make at those conferences and the things you'll learn will absolutely explode your business. Build your network before you need it. It's an essential step that will make your business more successful. It'll make it last a lot longer. And if you build your network really strong from the start, it will be there for many years to come. Lesson 3, systematize everything, even the small stuff. Here's a surprising one. The key to scaling isn't working harder. It's about systematizing everything. Even the smallest processes can and should be turned into repeatable systems. Why? Because when you develop systems, anyone can follow them, first of all. So you can hire someone else to do what you do because it's a system. Perfect example is all your franchises like McDonald's. They've got 15-year-old kids running them. That's because everything is systematized and you follow a checklist. Very simple. Every business can be systematized. There's always elements that are a little bit art, such as advice and strategy, but the rest of it, you'll find very quickly, if you think about it, can be systematized, even if it's just a series of steps that people follow. So an example of this is if you're always scrambling to onboard new clients, document the exact steps from the welcome email right through to the contract. Use tools like Asana, Google Docs, ClickUp to create standard operating procedures for every task you do more than twice. Systems don't just save you time, they free you up to think about the big stuff, like growing your business. And this is really important because when you're constantly thinking about what do I need to do next, what do I need to do next, you're using up brain power. When you have a checklist, you go, what's next, what's next, what's next? And you don't even have to think about it. It's written there and you tick it off. And that's such a simple concept to follow. And yet most people don't bother, especially in small business. But I can absolutely guarantee using systems will help you do that. And some of those systems will be electronic systems, for example, using Xero or QuickBooks or something to do all of your invoicing and those sorts of things. Those little systems like that when you have done a job for a client, that you just press a button and the invoice is sent and then they pay that invoice and then it cross-references inside and then your bookkeeper can check it, make life a lot easier for you as a business owner. Lesson 4, fail faster to succeed sooner. This one's a bit counterintuitive, but hear me out, okay? Fail faster to succeed sooner. Because too many entrepreneurs spend months or even years perfecting their idea before putting it out there. And then when they put it out there, it doesn't work and they're crushed. This is such a huge mistake. And perfectionists, and I am one, I know, have to learn that good is good enough. You need to get it out the door and find out whether it works. So the smarter approach is to test small, fail fast, and learn quickly. Why? Because you can quickly work your way through a whole pile of ideas to find out which one actually works and which one clients want and which one's going to be the most profitable. Launch a minimal viable product, an MVP, or a pilot version of your idea. Collect the feedback, tweak it, and try again. As I said before, the faster you fail, the sooner you'll land something that works. In any business, no idea is perfect at launch. Remember, failure isn't the opposite of success. It's just a step towards it. And this is so important. You're going to fail a lot if you're in business. And you're going to have some massive failures and you're going to have a lot of small failures. But out of those, you're going to get some really good wins. And those wins are what are going to make you wealthy if you keep working on your business. Lesson 5, focus on lifetime value, not quick wins. Most entrepreneurs chase new customers like they're the holy grail. But here's the real lesson. Focus on your customer's lifetime value, not just quick wins. Acquiring a new customer is actually quite expensive, as we all know. There's a lot involved in marketing and advertising, and there's a lot of money goes out to get a new client. It's easier and more profitable to nurture the customers you've already got. Build those relationships. Get to know them. Get to know about their family, their hobbies, their interests. Now, I know this doesn't apply to all businesses like retail where you're turning over people a lot, but anyone who's working in the services industry should really take this to heart. Once you've built those relationships, you can upsell additional services or create loyalty programs, keep them within your regular client base. For example, if you own a coffee shop, don't just sell one latte, offer a subscription for a weekly coffee deliveries. For example, if you own a coffee shop, you can have loyalty programs where every 10th coffee is free. Now, that might not seem perfect for an accountant, but it works for coffee shops. You can turn one customer into a lifelong advocate for you, and you'll build a more stable and predictable revenue stream if you look at the lifetime value. In my business, for example, I've seen clients who've worked with me for 2 or 3 years, then decided to spend their marketing budget somewhere else, and then come back to me. And I've had clients come and go 3 or 4 times over the years. And other clients refer lots of new clients to me because of the relationship. I have some clients that I do monthly consultations on their business and digital marketing on an ongoing basis. And a very important part of that is talking about how they're feeling, how their family is, how their business is, before we actually get into how's your marketing going and what have we done and what do we need to do and what do you need to do and all those sorts of things. So believe me, focus on the lifetime value of a client. It is worth so much more to you. You can get some really great clients that stay with you for a lifetime. You're going to build some great friendships. You're going to have a good income flow, and they're going to become great referral partners as well. Entrepreneurship isn't just about working hard, okay? It's about working smart. These 5 lessons, the profit first strategy, building your network early, systematizing everything, failing fast, and focusing on lifetime values, are strategies that can transform the way you do business. So which one of these lessons resonates with you the most? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts or any unique lessons you've learned through your journey that maybe we can impart on someone else. And if you're ready to take your business to the next level, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to tap the notification bell. I'm Mr. Web Marketing Brad Hauck, and I'll see you in my next video.